everybody. Today we're going to work on some rust mitigation. Rust isn't a problem as of yet on our truck. Everything is still fairly clean. Okay, we're looking at you wheel arches. But the biggest problem so far is that Chevrolet frame doing what Chevrolet frames do, right? So we're going to clean that up, get rid of some of that rust, slop some Ospo on there, which is a rust neutralizer. Try to get the rust to change its mind, and get a coat of paint on there and clean it up. Hopefully slow down the process a little bit. As part of our process, we're going to remove the plastic wheel liner out of there, pull that out, get all the gunk out of there that might be trapped in there. It is Wisconsin. And get everything cleaned up, put back together. So, let's go. In case you haven't noticed, we already have the truck jacked up. Get the wheel off. Got a jack stand under there. Threw a little oil in our trusty old earthquake here. Love this thing. Now we're going to zip the wheel off. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments, do you believe in putting anti-seize on lug nuts, especially in the rust belt? Comment down below, let me know what you think. Curious. Got some corrosion inside. Take care of that while we're at it, remember, right? There's 3 plastic clips across the front line here, for the plastic liner. We got a 5/16. If I remember right, there's 4 bolts holding it in there. Come right out. Sometimes they break. Hopefully we can reuse it. Alright, all our mounting hardware should be out of there. Now you gotta pull the liner out. The liner is fit up in there pretty good, so it is kind of a wrestle to get it out of there. No laughing. We might just fast forward past this part. Wheel liner's out. Had a couple of rocks come out of there. Got the frame kinda, got all the crusties off, so we can coat it, paint it. I'm going to take the OSPO after it first, and anywhere there's a seam, so that's where salt and grime and stuff can get trapped. And of course, when the dealer puts on their fancy mud flaps, they drill holes, makes bare metal. It's going to promote rust, so we'll cover that in OSPO, get a little paint on it. For now, we're keeping the mud flaps. So, alright, next step, before we go spray and paint on anything, we got to make sure we're done with the water. We're going to pull the tail light out, and we're going to shoot the garden hose in here, because this is our target area. This is where we want to try to get all the gunk out of inside. So a lot of these Chevys like to rust from the inside out. Once I get that tail light out of there, I'll show you why. Will hopefully help you see in there. Okay, you can see there's your wheel well, there's your outer box side. Everything kind of gets trapped down in there. This one here doesn't look too bad compared to some, but we're going to flush that out of there anyway, make sure it's all cleaned up. Probably do this part once a year just to make sure. So I really hate the Chevy rust. Now the frame's all cleaned up, I'm going to lather some of this on there. Stops rust apparently. I got this at Ace Hardware. I think it was like 25 bucks for a gallon. A lot of the guys on the Deuce pages swear by it, so that's what we're going to try. So I've been taking a liking to this Rust-Oleum, the 2X Ultra Cover stuff. I believe it was a brake caliper video that I watched. I like the way stuff lays down, has a good coat to it. Get it just about anywhere. I think I got this stuff at Ace Hardware. This is what I like going with now. While we're waiting for our OSPO, we'll throw the taillight back in. We're pretty much done up in there. I think next time we pull these out, we're going to have LED bulbs in them. Let the OSPO sit in there for a while, soak in. So we're going to hit it with the air, get it dried up, get some of the flaky off, anything off of there, and then we'll throw some paint on there. We'll let that cure for a little bit. Alright, we're going to try to wrap this up. Probably without much audio after this. My neighbor lady decided she was going to start mowing her lawn. Can't help that. So, let's get to it. Alright, we got one good coat on there, black. We're going to do one more. Then we'll get this thing buttoned back up. Let's go. That's it. Alright, let's get this wheel liner put back in here. We can wrap this up. Always make sure you torque your wheels. My guy Andy would be very proud of me right now. Alright guys, there you have it. I pulled the fender liner out of there. Cleaned everything out that could be trapping up in there. Pulled the tail light out. Shot the hose in there and cleaned out everything that's behind here. These Chevys like to rust out right here from the inside out. I'm already seeing signs of potentially wanting to do that. And then of course the GM frames, they got issues. It's the clear coat right from the factory. It only goes about a year or two and it just kind of flakes off. It's garbage. But it's the same clear coat, or undercoat rather, that they put on there for years and years and years. Because GM, they find something, they just don't change. That being said, we got everything out of there. I see in the aftermarket that they make plugs for the holes in the frame there. What do you guys think? Is that something I should look into? Put it in the comments down below. Do you plug those holes or do you leave them open so they can breathe? They're going to get stuff in them. Where I work has a wash facility, so I can pressure wash the thing 5 times a week if I really wanted to. So stuff sitting in those holes isn't going to be a thing, especially in the winter time, especially as anal as I'm being with this truck so far. There you go guys, stopping the rust.